This video tutorial I will explain example of RESTful API with Spring Data REST, JPA and Hibernate one-to-many. Spring Data JPA and Spring Data REST will auto-create some helper methods and RESTful APIs. And in this example, what we have to do is only we need to extend JPA repository. We will see the example so that you will understand. Here you can see Spring Boot Data REST demo project, and here you can see pom.xml file that I have opened, and here I have included the dependencies of Spring Boot starter data REST and Spring Boot starter data JPA and MySQL connector Java. Here you can see book category table, and it has ID and name, and here you can see book table which has ID, title, description and foreign key from book category table. One book category can have n number of books, so it is one-to-many relationship. For this book category table, we have defined the model, and also for book table, we have defined the model. We will see that. Here I have defined the class book category, which is entity class, and table name is book underscore category, and it has ID column and name column. ID value will be auto generated, so annotation is there, and here I have defined the class book. It is entity class, and it has ID, title and description, and if you see, one book category can have n number of books, so one-to-many relationship is established here, and set of books we will get from the one book category, and it has book category constructor and getter and setter methods for these fields. And many books are related to book category, so many to one is established here, and join column is mentioned here, and it has setter and getter methods for these fields. Here I have defined the interface book category repository, which extends JPA repository, and here I have defined the interface book repository, which extends JPA repository. In application.properties file, I have defined database URL as book database, and username and password of the database, and driver class, and the DDL should be auto created. Here you can see book database, and it does not have any tables yet. Here I have defined the class application, which is Spring Boot application. I am starting this Spring Boot application. Here you can see Spring Boot application is started, and two tables are created, book table and book category table. Refresh, and here you can see two tables are created. Book category table has ID and name columns, and book table ID, description, title, and book category ID, which is the foreign key. First we will create a new book category. For that we have to use this URL. HTTP method is post. Select JSON. Category is Spring Boot. Click on send. and here you can see the category is created. Next we will create the new book. We have to use this URL. HTTP method is post. Select JSON and copy this. Title is Spring Boot by ROM and description is Spring Boot JDBC. Click on send. Click on send and book is created. And here you can see book is created, but category ID is null. We will create one more book. Click on send and second book is created. Refresh and two books are created. Now what we will do is we will link these two books to this book category. So here the book category ID should be 1. We will see how to do that. Next we will assign book to book category. Copy this URL. HTTP method should be put and content type should be text/URI list. Add it in the header. Go to body, click on raw, select text. So here what we are doing is we are assigning the book ID 1 to book category 1. Click on send and it is successful. Refresh and here you can see the book category ID is updated with 1. Next we will link the second record. For book ID 2, link it with book category 1. Click on send. Refresh and both books are linked with the book category 1. Suppose I want to get for book categories 1 what are the books are there, then click on this link. HTTP method is get and send the request. There are two books are linked to book category 1 and we got those. Next we will create one more new book category which is Java. Click on send and new category is created. It is created. Next we will create two more new books. And one book is created and we will create one more. Click on send, and one more book is created. Now we will link these two books to the book category 2. We will see how to do that. Now book ID 3, I am going to link with book category 2. Click on send, and here you can see it is linked. And I will link the book 4 to book category 2. Book 4 to book category 2. Click on send. These two books are linked with book category 2. Click on this, and to see what are the books are linked to book category 2, use this URL, and HTTP method is get. Click on send, and here we got the output. 2 Java books are linked to book category 2. You can get Java source code link for each video in the description section of the video. Here you can see the description section. Click on show more, and here you can see the Java source code links. Click on these links to get the Java source code.